So step one, when you're working on your car, get your kids situated. All right, you got a bat, you got a bat, right? So you're good? Yeah, right, they're not good. We're filling up a water table for the little one, and he'll probably end up playing in it too, right? Yeah, probably. All right, so that'll probably work for about 10 minutes. Perfect. You wanna help me work on my car?
Yeah.
Yeah? I think you're lying. All right, so we're gonna put coilovers on this today. We got Fortunato coilovers, we got lower control arms.
What is that?
And we've got wheels and tires.
What is the bug in here?
So I haven't even gotten all the wheels off before one of them got hit with the bat. That's about what I figured. But here you go, you can see I did have pretty bad camber wear. There, it seems like all the inside of the tires are all wearing pretty bad. So definitely get in alignment after I lower the car and put these new wheels and tires on. Kids have moved on to sitting on the four-wheelers now. Perfect. Yep. All right, so got my rear lower control arm off. One thing to note is don't lose your bolts. Oh, here you go. So the one is cammed, right? It's like flat there. And if you're putting it all, if you're just taking it apart and putting it back together, make sure to mark it. You should mark it in the slot, but I'm putting on coilovers, so it's gonna throw it off anyway, so I didn't mark it. So I got that. So 3 bolts on the bottom, 2 bolts on the trunk, and that'll be that side. Here's a little comparison of the stock one and then the aftermarket one. That's a huge difference. And I am going to kind of match up the length of these and close, but I'll match them up, put this on, put that on, get it close. So we've got the wheel mounted on that coilover in there. It is not tight. Alright, because I'm going to have to lower it, adjust height suspension, and this wheel specifically looks, at least to me, it looks like it's like that. Compared to this wheel, maybe they both slightly are.
I see that you have new black wheels.
That's right. They're TE37s. More specifically, TE37 Saga. And now to do the fronts. Just got 4 bolts. Oh, sorry, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the time has come that when you leave your tools out and your kids are out with you, one goes missing. So this was the last known location of it. And now nobody knows where it is. I didn't take it, I didn't touch it. Took these 2 bolts out here. They're 19 millimeter. And if you look closely, they're the same length, but this bolt that was on the top has a cam on it. See a little bump? And that is for adjusting your alignment. That little bump, this one does not have one. Top bolt, cam bolt, for your adjusting your alignment. So this was the last scene of the crime. Can't make this up. Like, they sure do know where to put this stuff. They sure do know where to put this stuff so you can't see it. So they think about it. Where can he find this? Right where it's all black. But hey, she got that going for us. Got this strut out, and it turns out I kind of figured that from the rear springs. They were red. I got some Swift springs. Just for comparison's sake, this is how they come. I'm sure they shorten them just so it requires less packing material. You'll see that right there is the bottom of this tube. Whoa, that fell out. Okay. And for comparison's sake, this is about how much I extended it for maybe about where I want it before I put it on, because I'm lining it up with my old strut and how much lower I want to be. I want to be about an inch lower than where I was, depending if I rub or not. And the fronts look identical, just like the rears. The rears looked identical, so you can exchange them in between these. Oh, look at that, they do come off. So unbolt this, bolt it to that. Easy peasy. So one thing I didn't think I'd run into, fitment issues. So I don't care about the brake caliper because I plan to redo them later, but yeah, it is definitely rubbing that. Alright, modified. I threw a little clear on it just so, well, it's probably aluminum, so whatever. It's not bare metal. And on the other side, I just sprayed too. And again, eventually the plan is to, when I need brakes, rebuild, powder coat. But as of right now, I just want to get these wheels to fit. Time to lower it and adjust the ride height. All right, first time to lift, drop it down. Got like a 3-finger gap. It's like 2 inches. All right, and then like a finger gap, and oh yeah, I am gonna have to roll those fenders. It's gonna eat those tires. Alright, so now it's time to roll my fenders, because these fenders will certainly eat right into the tire. Like, they hang lower than the actual arch, I'll call it. So the idea is you get this roller up under here and you just roll it back and forth until this fender gap goes from this, and then you smush it up like that. And you're supposed to use a heat gun so that you don't chip the paint, but I think I'm a little far beyond chipping paint here. Fender roller is mounted up, so it's bolted to the hub. It's positioned the way I like it. And the first thing I'm going to do actually is hit this up a little bit, so that, with a hammer, so that it starts to go the way it should go, which is up and in. I'm laughing because exactly what I told you would happen. I'm supposed to put heat in here. If you can see that, the paint cracked. Darn. So that's how you roll a fender, and that's how you destroy a really horrible paint job. Yeah. Yeah, well, so now it's nice and smooth. It's not going to destroy my tires. I just destroyed the paint. So yeah, all good. So for comparison, rolled, not rolled. Overall, I think it looks pretty cool. rolled fenders, chipped my paint, so that sucks. And I had to shave down this caliper, which was annoying, but it's not a huge deal considering I plan to powder coat them. But yeah, I think it's a great look. What do you think? Were the Evo 10 goes better? Or are the TE37s better?